A quiet town's peace is shattered when a mysterious explosion rocks the nearby military base, shaking the ground and sending smoke into the sky. Panic spreads quickly as residents gather near the streets, trying to make sense of the chaos. Among them is Emma Carter, a determined local journalist who notices something strange: armed personnel moving unusually quickly, covering areas that shouldn't have been restricted. Her instincts scream that this is more than an accident. Curious and alarmed, she follows the perimeter, careful to stay hidden, when she spots a hooded figure slipping through a side entrance of the base. The figure moves with alarming purpose, carrying a large, unidentifiable object. Emma attempts to follow, but security patrols sweep the area, forcing her to retreat. Shaken but intrigued, she returns home, replaying what she saw in her mind. Something about the figure's movements didn't feel like a standard military protocol. There's a cold sense of secrecy that the town has never witnessed before, and Emma realizes that what happened today might be just the tip of the iceberg. A story lurks behind the barricades, and she is determined to uncover it, no matter the risk. Emma begins investigating, but the base is completely off limits. Signs warn of severe penalties for trespass, and armed guards patrol every corner. Still, curiosity drives her forward. She starts asking questions, approaching locals who work near the base, but most seem unwilling or afraid to speak. That's when she meets Jake Thompson, a security officer whose frustration with his superiors is evident. He hints at cover-ups and clandestine operations hidden behind the barbed fences. Despite his initial reluctance, Jake decides to cautiously share details, explaining that he has seen strange experiments and unusual containment measures that go far beyond standard military protocols. Emma listens intently, scribbling notes while her heart races. The deeper she digs, the more she realizes that the town has been kept in the dark about the base's activities for years. As night falls, Emma returns home, uneasy but determined. That's when she finds a small envelope slipped under her door. Inside is a note written in a jagged hand. "Stop digging, or you'll disappear." Fear mingles with determination. She knows the investigation has just become dangerous, but the urge to uncover the truth burns stronger than ever. Jake secretly shows Emma classified documents, revealing evidence of illegal experimentation and unreported incidents at the base. Emma's eyes widen as she scans through pages filled with confidential notes, photographs, and technical schematics, each suggesting that civilians in town may have been unknowingly involved in dangerous tests. The more she reads, the more horrifying the patterns become. Townspeople who went missing over the last several months are connected to incidents recorded in the base logs. Emma feels a chill down her spine as she realizes the scale of what she's uncovered. The base is conducting secret experiments that could endanger innocent lives. Together, Emma and Jake start piecing together timelines, cross-referencing incidents, and connecting dots that have long been ignored. But their progress doesn't go unnoticed. Guards begin tailing Jake discreetly, and whispers about a mole in the town reach Emma's ears. One evening, as Jake attempts to obtain additional documents, he is ambushed and captured by security personnel, leaving Emma alone and terrified for his life. She hides the evidence she's gathered and vows not to let his sacrifice be in vain. The clock is ticking, and Emma knows she must act before the base covers up every trace of its crimes. Emma risks everything and goes undercover as a contractor, gaining access to the inner sections of the base. She blends in among the staff, wearing the uniform and following strict procedures, her heart pounding with every step. Inside, the reality of the base is far worse than she anticipated. Hidden cells line the hallways, each containing civilians who appear dazed and terrified. Some she recognizes from her town, confirming her worst fears. The experiments conducted here involve manipulating human behavior and testing dangerous technology that could harm or control innocent people. Emma moves quietly, taking notes and photographing evidence, knowing that discovery could cost her life. As she explores further, she accidentally triggers an alarm, and red lights flash across the corridors. Armed guards rush from every direction, sealing exits and shouting commands. Emma's pulse races as she searches for a hiding spot, ducking behind equipment and using her wits to evade capture. Every corner she turns leads to new horrors, from mechanical testing chambers to medical rooms with unsettling instruments. Trapped inside the heart of the base, Emma realizes that her courage will be tested to the limit, and one wrong move could end everything she has fought to uncover. Emma uncovers the full scope of a conspiracy that involves high-ranking officials and contractors profiting from secret experiments on civilians. The documents she finds reveal contracts, cover-ups, and coded communication, suggesting that those in power will go to extreme lengths to protect their operation. Her mind races as she pieces together the potential consequences. If the technology falls into the wrong hands, it could be used as a weapon not only on her town, but potentially across the country. Emma begins devising a plan to expose the base, carefully considering escape routes and potential allies. However, the shadowy figure who has been watching her movements steps out of the darkness and offers a deal: her safety in exchange for betraying Jake and handing over the evidence. Emma's mind whirls with conflicting emotions. She is terrified but resolute, knowing that surrendering would mean sacrificing everyone she's trying to save. Every decision carries weight, and the lines between right and wrong blur under pressure. As the base tightens its control, Emma prepares for the most dangerous step of her mission: infiltrating deeper and confronting the people responsible for the crimes hidden right behind Barricade. Emma's patience and courage reach their breaking point as she sets her plan into motion. With Jake still in captivity and townspeople at risk, she coordinates a risky maneuver to expose the base's activities. Timing is critical. She moves swiftly through corridors she memorized, evading guards while placing evidence in strategic locations for retrieval. Explosions of panic echo as her actions trigger emergency protocols, forcing soldiers to scatter and abandon some containment areas. Civilians who were previously trapped start finding paths to freedom, guided by Emma's knowledge and instructions. Yet just as she reaches the final chamber, a massive explosion rocks the facility, separating her from Jake and throwing debris everywhere. Smoke fills the corridors, alarms blare, and Emma is forced to navigate through chaos, injured and disoriented. The realization that every second counts fuels her adrenaline. She knows the consequences of failure are catastrophic, not just for her, but for everyone she is risking her life to save. Despite the fear, determination overcomes hesitation. She moves forward with unwavering focus, fully aware that what she uncovers could change everything in her town and beyond. The town is placed under strict lockdown as the military declares an emergency, and panic spreads among residents unsure of what is happening behind the barricade. Emma leads a group of trapped townspeople, using her knowledge of the base's interior to guide them through the maze, like corridors toward safety. Every step is fraught with danger. Armed guards patrol and sensors monitor the area, ready to react to the slightest disturbance. Emma and the group encounter resistance and must think fast, using distractions and clever maneuvers to evade capture. Along the way, they rescue civilians, including several of Emma's friends, who had been taken for experimentation. Finally, they reach the central control room where Emma confronts the mastermind behind the experiments, revealing shocking betrayal from someone she trusted. The confrontation is tense, with lives hanging in the balance, as secrets are exposed and the truth behind the base comes to light. As chaos erupts, Emma realizes the barricade is no longer just a physical barrier, but a symbol of the lies, corruption, and danger that have haunted the town for too long. The full story of the base is exposed nationwide, and media outlets swarm the town, uncovering details of the experiments, conspiracies, and corruption. Emma, battered but unbroken, faces the mastermind publicly, ensuring justice is served and accountability is demanded. Jake, though injured, survives and helps townspeople recover from the trauma they endured. Despite the victory, the scars of betrayal and danger remain, leaving the town changed forever. Emma walks past the ruined barricade, a somber expression on her face as she contemplates the cost of truth. She knows that while one chapter is over, some secrets may never fully come to light, and the shadows behind the barricade will linger in memory. With resilience and determination, Emma vows to continue exposing corruption wherever it hides, understanding that courage is not just about surviving, but about shining light in the darkest corners. The camera lingers on her silhouette against the smoky ruins of the base, and she whispers softly, "Some doors should never have been opened," leaving viewers with a haunting sense of closure and lingering suspense.